Hello, my beautiful souls, and here it is. This is your weekly read for December 11th. Again, we're going to do the masculine on the top and the feminine on the bottom. But remember, gender must adjust because at either time, we may be operating the female in the masculine and the male in the feminine. But now going with the first, I'm in awe a lot of the times when I do these readings because the masculine and the feminine, they seem so in sync. And if you look at the cards, you will see like there's just so much in sync between the two. So I do feel a lot of positive change. I feel like there is this coming together. With the masculine, I see there's new opportunities, more of a surrender happening now with the masculine, whereas I feel the masculine has been in the past, and forgive me if I say he. I don't want all of you guys to automatically point the finger at him because this can also be back on us females. But the masculine, what I feel is they've been that wounded person, and because that masculine energy is so, so strong and motivated and go forward and so forth. The wounded soldier, to say, he's starting to leave a lot of those aches and pains and those things that have kept him from moving forward, the mistakes. He's not, or she is not listening anymore to the doubting mind or friends. And what I see here is a lot, including myself. We've had people tell us, why are you wasting your time waiting for this person? Go out, enjoy. And even now with the silence between the twin flames or the separation, you have people wanting to set you up with somebody. And even if you do go out with that person, you just don't feel it. It's like, no matter what, it can't happen. And so what I'm feeling here is the masculine energy. Let's say the guys get together with the guys, and the masculine is hearing his friends or her friends talking about how their partner has cheated and how, the marriage doesn't work, there's stress, there's this, there's that, and they've been hearing all of that negative, and on part of that, it's like they almost don't want to make that commitment because, I'm afraid that he's going to cheat on me, or, she's going to try and control me, and there's going to be trust issues. So, right now where I feel the masculine has kind of been in that standstill type thing, not wanting to get into a committed relationship because they've witnessed so many failed relationships, and now they're ready to say, you know what, I'm going to take this chance. I'm going to surrender. My failures in the past are not going to define my future. Their failures are not going to define mine. And for a lot of us that have been hearing people trying to tell us to date others and to move on and stop waiting for this person, but deep down in your soul that this is the person that you want to wait for, and it's going to be worthwhile. And I see right now that for the male and the female, it's time to be paid off. We both have the blindness and the protection up, but the wounded soldier is now ready to let go, and our female now, our feminine energy, which has kept herself bound and her heart blocked from receiving or giving love for that fear. Now I see new opportunities coming where also there's been people coming in and opportunities coming in where we've been receiving some healing. And, this is both masculine and feminine. We're at that situation where this is the real thing. Like, you're just going to surrender and go with the flow. So I see a lot of growth and a lot of movement in the feminine energy. I see a lot of the feminines are having a lot of dreams. Again, we had this last week. The feminine, you're having dreams, and a lot of these dreams, these dreams need to come into a new perspective, because sometimes you may dream something and you have to interpret that dream because it doesn't necessarily mean exactly what you're dreaming. So these are different ways that the spirit is communicating with us, and it's our perspective of how we take that dream. So even though you may be dreaming and these dreams are confusion, there is a message behind that dream. So when you do wake up, write down those dreams. Again, this is in the feminine energy. Okay, you feel like a lot of the hurt and the pain, a lot of the feminine that have been suffering because they've wanted to have that companionship. They've wanted to have that commitment and relationship with their twin, that now they're, again, there's a surrender going on. But they have been alone on this journey, but at the same point, they haven't been alone. Because even though as the feminine may look to the masculine and say, the masculine's not affected, why am I affected? Why am I the one that's suffering? But deep down inside, the masculine has also been doing some of their own suffering. But I do see this cycle of suffering, and probably because of the surrender, but I see this cycle of suffering, it is coming to an end now. It's that cycle is coming to an end, which is an excellent thing for the feminine energy, that finally, we're going to release a lot. We're going to move forward. And as we move forward, we're letting things settle and come to an end. So it's like we're needing to pay attention to those dreams, because those dreams have hidden messages. And you have gone through a lot of suffering, a lot of heartache, but you haven't done this alone. Spirit is with you, and your masculine twin is also going through his own stuff. Only the feminine seems to take it a different way. And going back to the masculine, I do feel that spirit now is guiding them into more of a surrender. Their soul is kind of yearning, and they are wanting that commitment. They are wanting that love. They are wanting the coming together. And I see like this masculine almost taking a turn, because as I'm interpreting what I see in the cards, I'm almost feeling like there's a little twist of feminine going in there, because us ladies tend to want to latch on, and especially like with Christmas coming and different holidays coming, we want to have that joy and that fulfillment of that companionship. And right now I do see that you see in the masculine, we do have the queen, and she's looking to the king, and the king is also looking to the queen. And in between, we got that family, we got that love, we got that gathering. So I do feel that both of them are kind of sending signals one to the other of what they want. But now it's just taking that step. There's definitely a lot of thinking coming on. The queen has that really good intuition. So for those in the masculine that will come into, that practical thinking and the intuition and leading the way, they will make that step where they actually are wanting to have that companionship and that longing. But some are still feeling a little doubtful, because they've listened to friends and they've seen failed relationships. And this could also be, their parents. Maybe they grew up in a home of divorce. So they are a wounded soldier. So this is something what they see they don't want to repeat in their own life. And the connection that we do share with our twin is so intense that the masculine has this guard, because this is something the masculine has really never experienced. And I'm going to agree with that. Being a twin flame, and that connection that you have with them is beyond compare. Like, I've never loved another human outside of my blood as much as I love him. And that unconditional love is something you really can't explain, because whether he's with me or with another, I'm still going to give him that love and that support. Okay, coming back to the feminine energy again, there's like so many dreams that are coming in, and there is a sense of kind of like a confusion. And this is where we're needing to come deep within ourselves and really try and take a different perspective of the way we're seeing things. Remember, there is that veil, there is that curtain, and there's only so much that we can actually see with our ego eye. But when we open up our mind and our soul, we see things different. So when you see things with your third eye, everything, the perspective changes. So with these dreams that you're having, start not analyzing it as if you would with your ego, but begin to analyze it as if this was a divine message from the universe, and write them down right away, and think about them throughout the day. But I do see that the suffering that the feminine has gone through, she hasn't done this alone. The masculine has also gone through their own suffering, and now it's just time where they're kind of catching up with each other. But the masculine does have a definite longing to have that companionship. He is looking to his queen. For those of you that are in separation, I do feel again that we're coming into this new year, and I still feel March is going to be a definite time for a lot of people to come together. And for those of you who haven't met your soul, your twin soul, or a soulmate, that March is going to be a time where there's going to become like a lot of shedding, a lot of growth, a lot of reunion and unions. Again, the masculine is kind of more in a phase of surrender, because in the past he's lived with like a wounded soldier, but now he's at that point where he is being guided by spirit, and he wants to break the mold. We'll say, okay, my parents did this or did that, or my brother divorced, or this person divorced, or I hear everybody talking about how our horrible marriage is. Well, now I feel that the masculine energy is having a change of fate now, where they're actually letting go, and they're looking back at what happened in the past and what's happened to people around them, and they want to break that mold, because they feel that this connection that they have is something that nobody else can understand, which is also the same in the feminine. And that is why we put ourselves on hold. We put our guards up. Nobody else can get in, because we only want the twin. But we need to let others in, because others that come in and touch our lives are people that are going to heal us. And I call them like harvest masters, because they help to bring the harvest into fullness. And a cycle is definitely coming to an end. Like a lot of the feminine, the suffering, the doubt. It's time that we're totally honest with ourselves and let our feelings and our words flow. Even if we're not in correspondence with the twin flame, it's a good idea to maybe just keep a journal and write down messages that you would give to your twin, love notes. And though they may never see them, but it's good, just write down those love notes. Write them a little letter, how you feel, dear whoever, because it's time for releasing a lot of things, and there's a lot of manifestation that's happening. Okay. Again, I do feel that the masculine energy is ready to break that mold. And this may not resonate with all, but I just feel like a lot of the friends have been speaking down about marriage and relationship, and now they want to take that. They want it. They know that theirs is different. All right, guys, that's about all I'm really picking up here. Again, we got the dreams coming, and our perspectives, our perception, is coming into a different light now. So, yeah. All right, that's about it. If anybody wants a read, all my information is below, and all my reads are done on Sunday and Monday. So you guys all have a blessed week and keep the balance. Namaste.